compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think. Welcome.
Senate to deliberate on state police bill. Federal government considers tougher cashless policy. Tinubu appoints former Unilag VC as NUC chairman. Federal government releases 85 billion naira for flood response. SEC eats Dangote refinery IPO promotion. Police rescues 38 foreign nationals in Lagos. UI students adopted. Lagos tighten Ebola surveillance. APC begins 2027 consultation. Opposition party explores coalition talks. And the Castina police arrest 225 suspects. These and many more today. We'll be right back.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
Good morning and a good day, and welcome you to the news in the dailies, your comprehensive roundabout, and for the major stories making headlines across Nigeria newspaper today. My name is Bayo Famoroti. Coming to you today from the Punch newspaper. Senate to deliberate on state police bill. The Nigerian Senate is expected to continue deliberation on the proposed state police bill, a constitutional amendment aimed at allowing states to establish and control their own police force. Advocates argue that the current centralized policing system has struggled to adequately address local security challenges across the country. Governors and stakeholders have repeatedly called to state police, insisting that the local authorities are better positioned to understand and tackle security threats within their jurisdiction. The proposal has gained renewed attention due to the rising incidents of the kidnapping mandate and the communal conflicts in several states. However, some lawmakers and civil society groups have expressed concern that the state police could be abused by political leaders to express opponents. The Senate is expected to weigh these concerns as discussion on the bill continue. Senate to deliberate on the state police bill. Federal government considers a tougher cashless policy. The federal government is reportedly receiving mail to strengthen Nigerian cashless economy as part of the efforts to improve financial transparency and reduce criminal activities. Authorities believe that the reducing cash transaction can help track suspicious financial movement more effectively. Official says the police could also support economic growth by encouraging digital payments and expanding access to formal banking services. Financial experts have noted that digital transaction create records that can assist investigations involving fraud, money laundering, and ransom payments. Despite the potential benefits, some Nigerians have expressed concern about the network failures, poor internet connectivities, and limited access to banking service in rural areas. The government is expected to consult stakeholders before implement any major challenges. Federal government considers tougher cashless policies. And you can see this news in the Vanguard newspaper this morning. And from the Tribune newspaper, Tinubu appoints former Unilag VC as NUC chairman. The President of Nigeria, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has appointed Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundibe, a former Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, as chairman of the governing board National University Commission (NUC). The appointment is seen as part of the effort to strengthen higher education administration in this country. Professor Ogundipe is widely respected in academic circles and his extensive experience in university management. Many education stakeholders believe his leadership could contribute to reforms aimed at improving standards across the Nigeria university. The NUC plays a crucial role in regulating university education, accrediting academic programs, and assure quality assurance. Stakeholders are hopeful that the new leadership will address the persistent challenges facing the tertiary education sector. Tinubu appoints former Unilag VC as NUC chairman. And that comes from the Tribune newspaper this morning. And from the Daily Post, Lagos police assure residents after Mushin explosion. The Lagos State Police Command has assured residents of their safety following an explosion that occurred in Mushin. Security operatives quickly responded to the incident and condoned of the affected area to prevent further harms. Preliminary investigations are ongoing to determine the exact cause of the explosion. Emergency responders attended to the victims and they assessed the extent of the damage caused by the blast. Authorities have urged residents to remain calm and avoid spreading unified information. The police has encouraged members of the public to report any suspicious activities that may threaten the public safety. Federal government release 83 billion naira for flood response. And this comes from the Tribune newspaper this morning. The National Economic Council has approved the release of over 83 billion naira to support flood preparedness and emergency response efforts across Nigeria. The decision comes amid forecasts of heavy rainfall and possible flooding in vulnerable communities. The fund will be used to strengthen disaster management agency, provide relief material, improve drainage infrastructure, and support early warning systems. Several states have already begun implementing preventive measures ahead of the peak raining season. Government officials have called on the residents in flood-prone area to hold the safety and advisory of the cooperate with the emergency agency. Expert says proactive measures could significantly reduce the impact of flooding on lives and properties. And you can see the rest of the story from the Vanguard newspaper and the Punch this morning. SEC hot Dangote refinery IPO promotion. And this comes from the Daily Times. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has reportedly directed a suspension of promotional activities linked to the plan-initiated public offering IPO of Dangote refinery. The move is aimed at ensuring full compliance with regulatory requirements. The refinery project, owned by billions businessman Alinko Dangote, is on the largest industry investment in Africa. Market analysis says a future IPO could attract significant interest from the investors, both within and outside Nigeria. Regulators have emphasized that investor protection remains a priority. The SEC is expected to review all necessary documentation before any public offer can proceed. SEC had Dangote refinery IPO promotion. And from the Daily Times this morning, Lagos rescued 38 foreign nationals in Lagos. The Lagos State Police Command has rescued 38 foreign nationals from a situation that would have resulted in mob violence. The individuals were reportedly found under circumstances and attracted public suspicion. Public authorities have launched investigation to determine the immigration status and activities of those involved. Relevant government agencies are also collaborating to establish the facts surrounding the case. Security officers have appealed to residents not to take the law into their hands. They are stressed that the concern should be reported through appropriate legal channels. Police rescued 38 foreign nationals in Lagos. And that comes from the Daily Times this morning. And from the Punch this morning, University of Ibadan student adopted. Authority at the University of Ibadan, UI, have confirmed the adopted of a female law student. The incident has generated concern among students, parents, and education stakeholders. Security agencies have commended investigation and intensified efforts to locate the victim. University management has assured students that it's working closely with law enforcement authorities to secure a safe return. The incident has renewed the calls for improved security measures around the campuses and the students' respondent area. Many have urged the government to address the border issue of kidnapping across the country. The University of Ibadan students adopted. And you can see the rest of the story from the Punch newspaper this morning. And from the Vanguard newspaper, Ebola alert, Lagos strengthening border surveillance. Another story, health authority in Lagos have intensified disease surveillance following reports of Ebola concern in parts of the West African airports, seaports, and border points, and under increased monitoring. Medical personnel have been placed on alert while public awareness campaigns are being strengthened to educate residents about the preventive measures. Health officials emphasized that the importance of early detection and prompt reporting of suspected disease and some cases. The government has assured residents that there is no confirmed Ebola outbreak in Lagos. However, authorities said preparedness is necessary to prevent any possible public health emergency. Ebola alert, Lagos strengthening borders surveillance. And on this, we'll go back for a short break. We'll be right back.
To 24 News Radio and Television, your trusted companion for real-time updates, expert analysis, and compelling conversations. We bring the world closer to you with clear, credible, and concise information at every moment. With our seasoned reporters and sharp broadcasters, we dig deep to uncover the facts behind the headlines from your neighborhood to the global stage. Stay connected with 24 News Radio and Television for breaking news and current happenings across the globe. 24 News Radio and Television. The world is closer than you think.
Welcome back. You are listening to Dailies today's In The Dailies on 24 News Radio TV. And it's coming from the Vanguard newspaper. APC begins strategies consultations ahead 2027. The All Progressive Congress (APC) has reportedly commenced national consultation ahead of the 2027 general election. Party leaders are engaged stakeholders across the country to strengthen unity and consolidate reports. Political observers believe the consultation are aimed at evaluating the party's performance and identifying areas that require improvement before the next election cycle. Meeting involve governors, the lawmakers and party officials are expected to continue. The APC leadership has maintained that the focus remains on governance and the delivering campaign promises. Nevertheless, preparation for the future political content have already begun with the party. APC begins strategy consultants ahead of 2027. You can see this from Vanguard and the Nation newspaper this morning. And on the Nation newspaper, opposition parties explode coalition talks. Several opposition parties have reportedly explosion coalition arrangement ahead of 2027 election. Political leaders believe a united front could improve their chances of challenging the ruling party. Discussion are said to focus on common interests in electoral reform and strategies for mobilizing support across the different regions of the country. Some stakeholders have emphasized the need of compromises and consensus. And analysis notes that the coalition building has played a significant role in previous Nigerian election. Whether the current talks will result as a formal alliance remained unconcerned. And this comes from the Nation newspaper. Opposition parties employs coalition talks. From the Tribune newspaper, on crime this morning, police arrest 225 crime suspects in Katsina. The Katsina State Police Command has announced the arrest of 225 suspects linked to various criminal activities, including kidnapping, armed robbery, murder, raped, and cattle roasting. The arrests were made during the series of security operations across the states. According to the police authority, several weapons and other exhibits were recovered from the suspects. Security agencies also rescued a number of kidnapping victims and recovered stolen property during the operation. The command described the arrest as part of ongoing efforts to improve security and combat crime in the states. Residents have been encouraged to continue providing useful information to all enforcement agencies. Police arrest 225 crime suspects in Katsina. And I think this is a very good development if the false people can come out and arrest almost 225 crime suspected people. Please, the other the other states should emulate Kaduna states. And let me bring this to you. The headlines for today. That comes to the end. But before that, let me give you the headlines. Don't forget that we said that Senate to deliberate on state police bill. Federal government considers tougher cashless policy. Tinubu appoints former Unilag VC as NUC chairman. Lagos police assure residents after Mushin explosion. And we have said police rescue 38 foreign nationals in Lagos. UI student adopted. Don't forget, we also brought to you that the APC begins 2027 consultation. Opposition parties explores coalition talks. These are many more that we have brought to you today from 24 News Radio TV Nigeria. And that is our package on news in the dailies for today. Thanks for joining us as we review the major headlines and development making waves across the country. I remain Bayo Famoroti. Thank you.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news news and information make your day. We are news.